Scott, with the idea that this question does pertain to Game 2, and we're not looking ahead to Game 3 and 4, but with the way that the schedule works out during tonight's game, is there the consideration that one or both teams, depending on the score, could shorten their benches because of the extra days in between?
Oh, I think you're doing that no matter what. You play the next day. The importance of winning this game, you're going to do whatever it takes. Don't worry about the next one. Whatever it takes tonight, that's what you're going to do. And we don't not looking for days off or rest. It's about making sure we win this game.
And I'm not saying this because of this game. It's a long-held theory in hockey that a playoff series does not begin until the home team loses. Are you a subscriber to that? And if you are, or maybe if you aren't, why has that been somewhat of a theory for all of these years once the postseason rolls around?
Wow, that's a lot of thinking. I don't go that deep. For me, I know you guys don't want to hear it, but honestly, we're just zooming in. We got home ice advantage. We got Game 1. Now we have to go get Game 2. It's the first team to 4. And so let's get the 2 as fast as we can. Hopefully that's tonight.
When you've got an environment like the Whiteout, there's a learning curve to playing in front of it that this team has been going through for a long time. I'm interested in your time here, what that learning curve you think looks like and what steps you think this team has taken in handling the energy that comes from that crowd.
Well, I think that we went through it the other night. I think there were a lot of nerves, and now tonight I'm hoping, okay, we've been down this road. Let's be ready for it. We do need a better start in the first. I thought the biggest thing for me when our execution is good, especially early in games, it helps us get up and running, and that's what I'm hoping for tonight. When you ask me about a better start, for me, our execution would be the biggest thing.
When he was talking about it, he said something that I'd never really thought of before, but he said it's brighter in there because of the white. Everything kind of gets brightened up, and I'm wondering what kind of like that optic effect, what effect it can have on the ice.
I didn't notice that. I noticed that, I hear it in my voice, that I have to yell a lot louder because it is so loud, so make sure everybody knows what's going on the bench and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I suppose I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, bright lights.
All this 5 to 10% better talk this year, on an off day like yesterday, getting ready for this, what is the difference between an average off day and a great one in preparation for Game 2?
Yeah, I think that, we did our post video, some of the areas that we need to improve on, some things that we have to continue to do. So yesterday for us, it was a chance to do that. Guys to, see there wasn't all just loving positive clips. So there was stuff that we have to get better at. And I think it allows you to kind of know that there's a little bit more that has to come from each and every guy. I think that there were some guys that were really good. There were some guys that were mediocre, and there's some guys that have to go a little bit better. And I think that's every game. You're kind of going about that. But I thought as the game went on, everybody's game improved, and I really like to see that right from the start.
On a game day like Game 1 and today, during the day with all the anticipation, do you have to almost manage your energy, not burn yourself out of excitement earlier?
For sure. You hear it in pro sports all the time. I've heard guys talk about it with the Super Bowl, going to the Super Bowl. I've heard hockey players talk about it. You get so caught up in what's coming that you kind of burn all your energy during the day, then you don't sleep the night before, all you're thinking about, and then you get to the moment, and you're almost zapped. And like I said, I've heard that lots about guys going into Super Bowl. It's the hype. Then you get into the game, instead of being calm, cool, you're already sort of so hyped up that it kind of affects you. And I think there was a little bit of that the other night. For us, it's just more than anything, we went through it. We went through it once here. So now guys, and we've had lots of guys that have been through it before, but this is a different year. So now we know what to expect. Now we know what this building's all about and what St. Louis is going to do, and now let's go out and be good.
What did you see from Nino Niederreiter in the first period specifically, and what have you liked about him since going with Vladdy and Cole?
Well, that's obviously a role, moving up, going from our sort of heavy check-in line and moving into that top 6. Guys have been asked to do those roles, much like we've talked about Al, moving up with Scheif, that there's an important part that he has to play on that. He's the other two guys are creative and going to be use their skill set. But he's a big power forward. He knows he's got to get to the corners to help them get the puck back. He's got to get to the net. He's got to be good on the walls on our end. But then that's what he's been doing the last since we had the injuries. He's done a real good job of taking advantage of the opportunity and the more ice time that he's been given.